All right, all right, all right. What's up, YouTube? Man, we got a special guest for you. I want everyone to meet Mr. Kenny Bow.
Hello, everyone. My name is Kenny. I'm from the U.S., Northern California, to be specific.
All right, man. So, how old are you?
Actually, I turned 65 this year. My birthday was in Vietnam this year. 35 tuổi.
Legit. So yeah, Kenny is a subscriber of mine. So he's been here in Vietnam for 3 months, and he came out here. You know, he saw a video of mine, and he came out here. He got some information. Him and I have been really building a friendship over the last like almost year now. So yeah, man, I did a ton of consultations for him and beforehand, and so yeah, man, he's here in the flesh, brother. So man, it's good to see you, bro.
Nice to see you, man.
It's been amazing to see Kenny, man.
I'm about to leave here, so I got this little meeting to see you and maybe give some information to the viewers out there to get some my thoughts about what's happening here.
Yeah, man. So let's jump right into it, man. So can you introduce yourself, Kenny, and where you from, and what do you do?
Hello, my name is Kenny. I'm from United States, Northern California, and currently I'm retired. Been retired for about like 6 years now, focusing mainly on just taking care of myself, staying healthy.
Legit. So what brought you to Vietnam?
Well, first of all, where I live, we have a very diverse culture, a big Vietnamese community. Even my neighbors Vietnamese. So I always noticed that they're very friendly people, very, just warm people. And I wanted to just come to Vietnam and experience, just experience it from the source. So that's why I'm here in Vietnam. And this is my second time here. I've been here last year, I believe only 3 weeks. This time I took more time to spend 3 months instead.
Legit. So we're going to get into a little bit more of Kenny's experience here in Vietnam. What's the good? What's the bad, from a traveler? And yeah, man. So you already mentioned that you've been here for 3 months. So what's been your experience like in those 3 months?
Well, basically, I did a lot of research before I came here. Obviously, having KT, his channel, his resource, and also do my own research. I've studied a little Vietnamese on my own and had a little tutor that helped me along. And just being here, I would say, just experience it in real life is going to be a whole different scenario than looking at people's video and just hearing from what they have to say. So, for example, just experiencing the chaos for the motorbike in the streets, the noise, the energy from the people, everything is basically, you have to really be here to experience all this. So overall, I would say that it's been very positive. There's been things to get used to, like the food. The food, for example, certain cuisine, certain ingredients may not settle well with your stomach, so you have to kind of take your time to kind of let your own body get used to the flavors and stuff like that. But otherwise, I would say it's been overall a very great experience for me.
Legit. So tell the viewers and tell myself, what is a few negatives that, you and I have been talking behind the scenes about that you want to tell the viewers?
I would say the biggest thing, especially in a big city like Ho Chi Minh City, is the noise. You have to get used to noise. It could be just from the karaoke to just loud honking, and depending on what neighborhood you live in, which area or district rather you stay in, you're gonna deal with different level of noise. So from where I live in America, I live in a very quiet area, so the noise thing, it was like a big deal. And also I would say some of the streets, depending on, again, the area you live in, is going to be not as well kept, trash, not well maintained. So that would be some of my main complaint about, just living in the bigger city. I don't know about the smaller cities.
All right, that's cool, man. That's cool. So let's talk about now we're going to transition to how you found my channel, man. How did you find my channel, and what were your first impressions? You said it a little bit in the beginning, but tell the viewers, like, how did you first come across the story of KT, and what made you reach out to me?
Well, as I mentioned, middle of last year, I started to go to a bunch of videos about Vietnam, even like learning Vietnamese. So when I came across KT's channel, it was unique in the sense that, he's from America originally. So I wanted to get a perspective from someone who basically, I would say, can relate to me as an American, right? So he'll give a different perspective and his experience living in Vietnam for a period of time, as well as teaching English here. And so I just want to get a different flavor, and he provided me with the exposure to something different for me to want me to be his subscriber, basically.
Yeah, man. Yeah, and I truly appreciate the sub, man. You've been amazing, dude. I ain't even gonna lie. This guy right here, he's always said he always did what he said he's gonna do. You know what I mean? And as a content creator, a lot of content creators and subscribers, they don't do what they say they're gonna do. You know what I mean? So that's why, when I met Kenny, he was straight to the point. He knew exactly what he wanted, and he went for it, man. He came out here and he did it. You know what I mean? So yeah, his trip's ending in the next few days, but he'll be going back to the US. But this guy right here, this guy is a stand-up dude right here. This guy right here, man. So yeah, of course. So what's been the biggest culture shock for you here in Vietnam?
I think for me, basically, it's just again, the people here are very friendly, as I mentioned to you. But sometimes also that a lot of people talk very loud in public places all the time. So that was something that I wasn't really used to. And so I was in a little bus going somewhere, and there was a lady just was talking for a long time on speakerphone. And I was kind of wow, she wanted to let everybody hear her business, right? You know what I mean? So that was kind of a little bit surprising for me that they would, just kind of didn't really mind people, eavesdropping into their personal conversation and stuff like that. So that was kind of seemed like a normal type of thing that occur a lot around when I go out to eat somewhere or whatever. So yeah, that would be the biggest thing, okay, I would say.
Right on. That's legit. So do you see yourself staying in long term in Vietnam? Why or why not?
Well, being that I'm retired, I definitely can make that move to come here, but still I have to still explore many different type of things healthcare, and just maybe coming back here, another time or so to maybe get around to other parts of Vietnam and figure out what area that's maybe more suitable for me other than the big city. So I would say at this point in time, I cannot make any major decision to pack up my stuff and come here. So that's kind of my honest opinion about that right now.
Okay. Legit. Are there any crazy or funny stories that you can share with the audience?
Well, nothing really, I would say, crazy. I just felt like the people's been amazing right now, and everybody from the hotel staff to just street vendors. I mean, if you come here and show people that you really have an interest in the culture and just kind of want to learn about, Vietnam, people are very friendly to share that with you. So I never had any bad encounter with anybody in Vietnam. I mean, if you project some good energy and just really be really humble and everything. So I believe anybody can come here and have a great time.
Legit. I like that. So what advice would you give someone who's thinking about moving to Vietnam, but is right on the fence? What advice would you give?
For me, I would say the best advice is kind of be true to yourself. know what you like, what you dislike. Just come with the open mind to experience the culture, whether it's going to be the noise, the traffic, the pollution. Just kind of keep all that in mind, that you're stepping into a whole different country. It's not going to be exactly what you're used to, no matter where you're from. And I would say just be true to yourself. I mean, Vietnam may not be for everybody, but it is, a lot of people like it. So I cannot answer that for everybody that's watching the video, right? But just come here, check it out, and just be very open-minded. Be open-minded, and also do a little research about the place. Learn about the language a little bit. You know what I mean? Just learn about the culture a little bit, and I think you're gonna have a good start from there.
Get a consultation. I got you. All right. So, what's one mistake that you made when you first arrived here in Vietnam that you wish you could do again?
I gotta be honest, I didn't really make any mistakes. I did my homework really good. So, I mean, like, because I did really prepare myself well. I study a lot about the, about just different YouTubers' content, right? KT offered a lot of material. So I say that overall, I did not make any major mistakes. I didn't get scammed. I didn't get, taken advantage of in any way. So overall, my experience has been really good. I mean, just that's because I kind of did my homework. I just got to urge people to do their research. And that way, when they come here, they have a better understanding of what to expect and don't be disappointed too much.
Right on. Yeah, and so you said you were doing, I don't know if he said, but I know you were learning the language.
Yes.
How long were you learning the language, and did you apply that learning the language here in Vietnam?
Yes, basically I had a Vietnamese tutor online who was very good. And I studied with the language school who hired this tutor. And, we did online lessons, and then I met the tutor as well when I got to Vietnam. And that was about 6 months worth online studies. And I consider myself not really at any advanced level or anything, but it's enough for me to, know the basics, counting, asking people for direction, general greetings. So I would say that is very essential for me to have that confidence to make it here for the last 3 months, just to have the basics down,
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, for sure. He definitely, when we were together in the behind the scenes, he definitely used his, Vietnamese that he's learning. And so, do you say that you need to learn Vietnamese to come here, or can you get by without Vietnamese learning it?
For me, I think you need to learn some basics for sure. That's mandatory because number one, unless you're gonna just be around English-speaking people constantly, which I don't recommend, I think you should come to a country like Vietnam and really trying to get immersed into the culture to some degree to get the real flavor of the place, right? Because if you want to just deal with people that speak your own language, you should just stay home. That's my own opinion now. So yes, learn the basic stuff, learn how to count money, learn numbers a little bit, learn basic greetings, the etiquettes, so that you don't, offend anybody, especially, you know what I mean? So I think those are the main tips I can give to the viewer, right? Learn about the etiquette, the Vietnamese culture. That way you don't, show people respect. That's all I gotta say.
Yeah. That's good advice right there. So, all right. So, what's the best meal here that you've had in Vietnam so far?
Well, I had so many good meals, but I like the cam tam. I like that the broken rice with the pork, like they grill the pork. But I also love a lot of the vegetarian food because I'm into eating healthy. So for me, I don't like any really too many dishes that have too many flavors. I like to keep things simple because I'm in a foreign country. I don't want to get my stomach too, what do you call it, upset. So yes, I would say that cam tam is one of my favorite dishes here in Vietnam.
Right on. Yeah, I would say this. My favorite dish here in Ho Chi Minh City is definitely cơm tam as well, for sure. That's delicious. So, all All right, man. So if you could sum up your trip in one word here in Vietnam, what would it be?
I would say that word would be eye-opening. That's the word I would choose to sum up my trip for the last 3 months.
Why?
Well, because there's so many things that's going on here, and the whole energy, right? The energy, the atmosphere, the weather, depending on what part of the country you're in, and just the people, and it's like the vibe. It kind of opens you up to something you're not going to get from the U.S. Even if you're in the Vietnamese community, you're not going to get this type of experience.
He ain't lying, that's for sure. He ain't lying. So, all right, man. So let's wrap up our conversation here, man. Is there anything else you want to tell the viewers before we sign off?
Yes, I would say everybody need to come to Vietnam and go experience this place. It's a beautiful place. I haven't seen every part of it, but from what I've seen, I really enjoy it. And again, the people is amazing. The young people especially, they're learning the language. A lot of them speak English. So I believe anybody who want to take the time to come to this beautiful country, they would have a good time and be open-minded. Just be very open-minded and you will have a good time.
I love it. I love it, bro. That's awesome, man. That's good stuff. Good advice, man. So, all right, guys. So, this KT, this is Kenny Bo. Man, we're going to see you guys in the next one. Make sure that you hit that like button. Make sure that you hit that subscribe button for more information and traveling in Vietnam. See you guys in the next one.